So hi, hello and good afternoon to everyone. So my name is Taian. I am the head of software engineer in CXA Group and I am also the leader of this project. So today I am presenting to you the claim adjudication automation project. So here is the agenda for today. So firstly, I would like to go through the organizational structure of this project. So on the top, we have the project sponsor, who is by the way the CEO of the company. And I myself, I am the project manager. I manage various software engineering team in CXA. And as you can see over here, the three teams that will involve the most in this project is the quality assurance team, the data engineer and analytics team, and the back-end team. And the operation team is the team who is currently doing the claim adjudication process right now. So this team will provide all the requirements, all the information, all the business logic and processes for the development. And the development will be done mainly by a vendor who we are sourcing now. So I will go through the business process for those of you who may not be familiar with, to provide you some reasons why we are doing this. So currently this is how it's work now. So when a user go to a healthcare provider, he or she will take the image of the receipt and upload into our server. And after that, the operation team need to open the image and to look at it manually, and then to determine of the indicated amount how many percentage of this amount will be eligible and how many is not. And after that, the data need to be entered into our database manually for analytical works. We do a lot of data analysis, predictive modeling, machine learning, etc. etc. And parallelly, we also send the data to the insurer. So the purpose of this project is to use machine learning and automation in order to automate this project so we can adjudicate the claim without human intervention. So even though this process has been working well for us in the past 5 years, it's caused some concern when we want to expand overseas. Specifically, we have a plan to expand to Malaysia and Indonesia in 2022. So some of the concern is that because the project is too labor intensive, so when we have a bigger market or we want to our database grow bigger, needless to say we need to hire more people. This will increase our operational cost and add to the complexity of management, because managing that much people in overseas offices is not easy. And on top of that, because the data is entry into our database manually, this will be easily prone to human error, and we want to reduce the inaccuracy of our data as much as we can. So next is the cost and the benefits analysis of this project. So firstly, I want to go through the current operational cost we are having right now. So currently the operational team have 30 people, and assuming one people have about 50k annual salary per year, this will be equal to 1.5 million of operational cost. And if we want to develop a software to automate this process, the development cost will be 1 million, specifically 700,000 to 1 million for 1 year development. And 1 year of maintenance is estimated as about 400k. So we will hire engineers, more engineers to further enhance, develop and maintain the software after the development is completed and after the vendor leave. So we need about 4 people, and if one people have about 100k salary, it will be estimated at 400k. The server cost is 100k. So as you can see here, 1 year of development and maintenance of the software is equal to the cost that the operational cost we are having right now. However, the benefit is that after we finish the development, the software can be deployed anywhere. So if we expand overseas, we don't need to hire more people, we don't need to go through the hurdle to manage so many people overseas. And on top of that, our data quality will be improved significantly, because we can avoid the manual error when we enter the data into the database. So regarding the budget, as I said before, the cost will be estimated at 1 million. So how do we come up with the 1 million number? Is that we estimate how many people does it take and how long does it take to finish the development, and then we look into the market to see how much the market is paying for people with this specific skill. And because we hire these people from a consultant company, so we add 20% or 25% on top of that, because this is the profit margin of a consultancy company. So that's why we come up with this number. And the development cost should not exceed 1 million, and any item that exceeds 1 million need to be discussed and agreed by the project sponsor. Okay. So this is the timeline for this project. So excuse me. So the project will be officially get started in early 2020, specifically the 2nd of January 2020. So the first activity we are doing here is the project initiation and internal requirement gathering. This activity is already in the pipeline. We already have some internal discussion. However, we will finalize it when the project officially started. And after that, we will start the recruitment process as soon as possible, and we will stop this recruitment process when we hire enough people. However, one thing to note here is that the recruitment process should be finished before the development phase 1 is finished. Okay. And after that, we will release a request for tender and find the vendor, and after onboarding the vendor, we will start the first phase of development, which will last 6 months. And after that will be the testing phase, and then the bug fixing if any, and we will repeat it for the development phase 2. Okay, so the whole development will be 1.5 years, and after that will be 1 year maintenance. So here is some of the high level risk. First is the budget risk, because like high quality vendor may demand higher compensation, so this will exceed our budget. And secondly is manpower risk. So in case we need to hire foreign labor and bring them into Singapore, we may run into some visa issue, because the regulation to hire foreign labor is very strict now. And secondly is the management risk, because we need to onboarding some external people to work with us, so there may be some conflict or some differences in working culture, communication, etc. etc. And commercial risk, we may miss some requirements, because then maybe a chance that some requirement only come up after the development has started, so that is a risk. And the integration risk, because the full integration can only be done when the first phase of development is finished. So if there is some issue in this period of time, this will most likely delay the go live of the project. So here is the flexibility matrix. So for our scope, in contrast to other projects, the scope is only moderately flexible, because we need all the requirement and all the spec for our businesses. The schedule is very tight, because we want to go live in 2022, so all the development need to be done like in 2021 itself, before 2021 itself. So the schedule is very tight, so it's not flexible, and the cost is also not flexible as well. However, we can ask for additional budget if need be. So here is on the stakeholder in the project. So we have the project sponsor, and on the software engineering team is the one with high power and high interest. So this is we manage closely. So the operational team, you have a very high interest here, but not a lot of power. Yeah. So for this group, you need to keep them informed. And then all the support team and the vendor is the one who have low interest and also low power. So we need to monitor them closely. So, and with that, we would like to end the presentation, and thank you for listening. And now I will open the floor for questions. So thank you very much.